To improve finger strength, you need to know three things. A, you need to know how we actually get stronger inside of our body. What actually needs to happen for muscles and things to get stronger. B, you need to know how to find that relevant effort that you work hard enough and you get stronger. Or if you don't work that hard, you stay the same. And finally, you need to know how to take all of that and organize it into your day and your week that makes the most sense for you practically as compared to your friend or some random professional climber on the internet. And I get it, there's a ton of information out there in YouTube and Instagram about finger training and do this, do that. There almost seems to be a protocol for absolutely anything. But here's the truth. Strength training only has one protocol. And once you understand the fundamentals of how to get strong, what it looks like and what it looks like for you, you create the protocol that makes sense for you. So how do we actually get stronger? When you get stronger or better at something, three things primarily occur. The first is you learn how to do the thing well. First, you look like a baby giraffe trying to walk for the first time. Then you look like Channing Tatum in Step Up 2. Things go from rough to really good, not because your muscles got better, but because your brain knows how to move you better and you've learned the skill of the coordination of the movement. The second thing that improves is the actual muscle and the structure. Now, this is still brain oriented. Your brain is teaching your muscles how to fire better and which part of your muscle to fire to express the most force. A long story short on progressive overload is we have parts of our muscles that are good for long duration, easy stuff, and parts of our muscles that are really strong and really powerful. You need to be working at a particular effort to wake up those larger muscle parts so that they are with you more often so you can do stronger and more powerful things. And the third thing that changes when we get stronger at something is the other stuff, the tendons and the bones and your structural integrity. The muscle will get better at one timeline. The tendons and the bones get better over a longer timeline. There's not as much brain or blood or resources for that tissue to change at the same rate. And this is really important because as you program this stuff, you're gonna get stronger and you might be strong enough to do something better the next week or so, but there's this lag of our tendons and our ligaments and our muscles that needs to catch up. The majority of the science out there is going to say that roughly 70 to 80% of your maximal effort is where you need to be working if you want to convince your muscles, your tendons and things to change. Anything less than this and you're moving and using them, but it's not enough of a challenge to actually make change into those tissues. So how do you know you're working hard enough? There's a thing called perceived effort and you can rate yourself about 1 to 10. You want to shoot for about 7 or an 8 out of 10 effort. That means whatever exercise you're doing, squats, lunges, or finger curls, if you have 1 or 2 reps left in the tank, you're probably at a nice effort that's gonna get you stronger. If you can do 15 more reps, it's too light. And if you're struggling to even get 2 or 3 good quality reps, it's probably too heavy. So right in the middle is that sweet spot. But what if you want to know exactly where to be? Well, that's where science in 2026 come involved, and we have force gauges and really cool apps to show us. Here at C4HP, we like to use the tin deck and the force board, and today I'm going to show you a little example about using the force board to quickly set up a max and how to actually train with that information. And it's quite simple. Once we log into the app, I can hit quick start, and I'm going to do my first strong 100% effort after I warmed up. That is my daily max. From there, I can just do a little bit of math, take 80% of that, and I want to hit that goal every single time with all my reps. So for example, if I want to do a strength training set, I'm going to do about 3 to 6 reps, making sure I spend about 2 or 3 seconds in that 80% realm. I relax for about 1 to 2 times the amount I'm working, so maybe 3 to 10 seconds, and then I repeat. And that's the beauty of having a force gauge to work with. You know exactly how hard to work. It tells you whether or not you're working hard enough or not, and you can see whether or not you're recovering enough because you should be able to get at least those 3 to 6 reps in per set. If you do 6 reps the first time and only 1 the second time, you're not resting enough. You can just rest a little bit more and go for it. That is the beauty of having a little coach in your pocket, and these devices are worth the investment today. They're about $150 per thing wherever you're at. So make sure you go and get one. Yes, we can help you get some money off of those in the link in the description below. Okay, so now you know how to get strong. You know how to find that relative 70 to 80% effort that makes sure that the quality of rep is actually getting you stronger. But now what do we do with it? Where do we do it? How many times per day, per week, per month, and so on and so forth. So here's a couple of options. The easiest option for you to do your finger strength training is right before you climb. Let's say you're climbing 3 or 4 days per week. Right at the end of your warm-up, you're gonna do about 1 to 2 sets of 3 to 6 reps at that 70 to 80% effort. It's gonna make your warm-up that much better because your finger is gonna be way more ready to go to climb, and it also counts as strength training, so you get stronger. So if you're climbing 3 or 4 days per week, you're also finger training 3 or 4 days per week. That's awesome. Big disclaimer, don't finger train 7 days a week. I know you want to do 8 if you try to. That's not what's gonna help you. We need to recover. Strength training is telling the body, hey, I'm challenging you, but you don't get better unless you recover. So when you have off days, take the off day. Okay, but maybe you want to optimize, or you really want to focus your time strength training, getting more stronger. Yes, that's English. You can do it in the morning as you climb later in the day or on a separate day. What this allows you to do is spend more of your energy towards the training. So instead of 1 to 2 sets of 3 to 6 reps, you can do 2, 3, or 5 sets of this finger training, and you can squeeze a little bit more out of yourself. Now the goal is not to do 10 sets and run yourself into the ground. It's just to take advantage of the time, having some more recovery to be able to do a little bit more effort. That is gonna give you a little bit more frequency per day, per week, and help you get stronger over the course of the long run. However, if you're busy and you have a family and kids and a job, and all you have time for is to do it before you climb, you're still gonna get stronger. Because the important thing is to hit that appropriate intensity with the appropriate intention. You can do it without science and the technology and the app, but if you have that app, you know exactly how many reps to do, what your effort is looking like, and it gives you peace of mind knowing you're working hard enough, and that now, if you do that thingy for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, come back and reassess yourself, you're more likely to see your improvements. And so that's strength training in a nutshell. We have to work hard enough, consistently for long enough, to learn how to use our fingers in stronger ways, to change the muscle, to change the tendon, and then we just plug it in frequently, but practically into our schedule. Do it before you climb as a warm-up top-off to actually still get the strength training out of it conveniently, or pick another day where you can invest more time into your strength training to get a little bit more out of your strength training. You don't need anything to actually get stronger. Just grab something, squeeze really hard, and do that for the sets and reps and quality of effort. But if you want to invest in a better training quality, get the tin deck, get the force board, and allow it to coach you through each and every rep. And if you're a climber who has goals of getting stronger, but you have no idea what to do and you're overwhelmed with information, we can help. There's a link in the description below to set up a free call with me to see if one-on-one coaching will work for you. I love to help people who are busy and overworked find the time and the training that works best for them to be strength training, finger training, and climbing, and all get it done. Because the program that you get done consistently is the best program for you. It's not your buddies. It's not something you found off random internet, right? It's something that works best for you, your time, and your goals. And we'd love to help you. So you can check out the link in the description below to find out more information about one-on-one coaching with C4HB and how to set up a call. Thank you so much. In the next video, we're gonna probably talk about the nuance in the different grip types because they do matter. Not all finger training is created the same. Until then.